Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Borderlands, and in what can only be described as probably the worst timing ever, I exited out of the program and took a day break between just about beating the main storyline. And I suppose, because I had to exit out of the program, now I'm back here at Depot Junction.
Hey, Sugar. I've got another job for you. Stop on by.
So, on quests, everything else is done except for core collection and drifter lifter. So let's go, let's turn in everything and then go do that. And then we'll get back to taking on General Steel. This is, obviously I reloaded the game because this is the only time that these things reset on the PC version. As best as I can figure, at least.
Hello, traveler! There are new missions available on the T-Bone Junction bounty board.
Probably don't need any of this because we spent a lot of time going through all of that inventory, selling guns. So many guns last time. Just ridiculously pointless rifles. What's kind of funny is in between the last recording and this recording, I went back and saw the beginning of my first recording of Borderlands, and apparently the Siren's specialty is elemental guns. So if that means anything at all, it would mean that if you played as the soldier or the hunter or the fighter, you might get even fewer elemental weapons. The soldier specializes in assault rifles and what was the other one? Rocket launchers, I think? Or maybe the fighter uses rocket launchers. Hard to keep it all straight. I know that a series is going along if it's already started airing.
You can go.
By the time I'm still recording, because I try to record everything months in advance, for multiple reasons.
Your mission accomplished.
Let's see, let's turn this one in, turn this one in, get a couple of quests done.
You can go.
Because of the copyright system that's awful called Content ID that is built into YouTube, it takes about 30 days at least
Good to see you.
to resolve anybody claiming copyright on anything I happen to create. So let's see, how are we now? This needs to be turned in at Moxie's red light, and she has a new job for me too, but if I go here, they want me to go south. If I go this way, they want me to go south. If I go this way, they want me to go north. And so everything should be this way. Now, I did notice there's an achievement for doing all of the quests in this game, in this DLC particularly, and I wonder if that might mean that there's a decent collection of other quests you get after you do the main story that would explain a few things. Here we can try and race through this as much as possible. There's no like real quest on the Ridgeway, and I don't think there's going to be, so we'll just try to rush. Of course, when I get to my location, I probably would have been better to not be in the racer, but whatever. There really isn't enough enemies on the road, but I don't know what else you do with this. Perhaps, as I've suggested, if these roads were in the main game and then there were different instances of these, and this was just something like fast travel, but not quite fast travel, because you really wouldn't have a problem with having both in the game, then the Zombie Island of Dr. Ned section, it would be really cool to be on one of these roads full of zombies. Just even if you had to reduce the zombies' AI down to the point where they don't walk or pathfind at all, that would be okay by me. And those Gauntling guys, those Gatling guns, let me use the right words, came back. Wasn't really expecting that to happen. So all the guns on the ground certainly will have disappeared by now. Then that's not gonna save. And even that chest there was reset. I think all the loot chests are reset. No real benefit for gaining speed, though. That might be a better system, honestly. Saw a little bit of pop in there. That's interesting. A barrier just appeared. If it was at max speed, running over an enemy gives you a major increase in experience. That would be kind of cool. Alright. So we need this, which wants us to go over here. Let's not take this vehicle, for as much as I like it. For its speed, I'm gonna need monster here, because we're gonna take on
Let's get out of here.
a monster in itself. So let's take the quicker path, which is just to fall off this edge. And there we go. Still don't have enough money for the world's largest bullet donation. So, Skyscraper is a giant. Well, there it is right there. I thought it was a giant version of the Drifters, but not really. And at my level 43 versus his level 39, that's not too bad. Come on, shoot. What was going on there? The gun itself is not reacting very well. It's funny, I just defragged my hard drive too. I'll probably need to defrag it again as soon as I'm done playing Borderlands. So if you go here and try to burn their legs, you can do a moderate amount of damage.
Really good at
Not even a moderate amount, I'd say maybe a minimal amount of damage might be the better term. That's just another one of my many visual audio tics where I get used to saying the same phrase over and over again. But I'll sometimes say it when it's not even true. Alright. Kind of a shame though, there's nothing else here for now, but there might be something more later. And now we've got to decide where is the closest vehicle. There's a vehicle this way. Let's just double check that the Mad Moxie wants us to go that way. That wants us to go that way. That wants us to go this way. That wants to go that way. This still needs to fight some lancers. So I could probably try to fight some more lancers, but it would be a waste of time. So that's not actually the right quest to be on. Am I going the right direction? I think so. No, it's over here? That's the road. And it never gets completely dark. I think what they've figured out is they've made a planet that has 3 suns, and therefore, well, there goes my vehicle. It's one disappears, one goes down, then the next one comes up. It's not a terrible idea for video game development. We should be on more planets with 3 suns. Now, this one is called the Ridgeway. So let's race through here. It's a waste of time, though. This is where the fast travel would have really come in to be helpful. Is when you just want to get from point A to point B. Seriously?
Remember, citizens, bullets cost money and resources. Do not start my diet. Atlas thanks you for your sacrifice and would like to assure you that your body will be promptly recycled.
So, I don't know why, but the game seems to have decided that it's bored with me driving. These guys just drop money and bullets. Like, there's no path here. And so they've just specifically blocked it off the road. Almost as if it was randomized, which it might have been. And now I'm gonna have to fight my way through this section. And that certainly wasn't there before. Maybe I triggered this because I finished that quest. Maybe I triggered it because I finished any quest. This is not gonna work. I'd like to get down to 2 reloads for killing a Devastator. If I could. Moving on. There is a slight oddity in this, that they never have helicopters or anything like that. They have people that hover, certainly, and we see all kinds of other technologies, but no flying vehicles. We see people driving cars. So I don't know what you would do to prove or fix that. Maybe you just say they don't work on Pandora because there's odd gravity or too many racks flying in the air. That would work pretty well. Need more critical hits if I'm gonna get them in 3. And the guy's just telling me to leave instead of fighting me for the most part. I'm doing a lot of shots with the Aerodin weapon. Seems like when you're closer, it does more damage. More shock cores still needed. It would be nice if I actually got all the shock cores I needed by the time I get back to T-Bone Junction. I don't feel like that's going to be the case though, because here we're going to get out of this section and then just be allowed to grab another racer and move back forward. I guess the game tricked me. It defeated me. I was saying it was boring driving back and forth through all these, and they did implement at least a small system here, can't jump over this, to ensure that you have to do something new and you don't get bored. Let's go ahead and take out these Rocketeers. Now I can switch back to this. Are people showing up behind me? Enough of this, we'll just run this way. These are both shock troopers, so that would explain why my weapons aren't working too well on them. Of course, my acid will work on them fine. Four more speed cores needed. Did I miss anything? Nope. And see, this is all guarded. Completely boarded up, so I can't go. A little bit of lag there. I don't know what causes it. I don't think it has anything to do with anything but the engine. It just probably the graphics engine turning too fast would be my guess. Figured these guys were coming. Come on. I need more a more powerful repeater. See, these guys are just dropping their guns into the void. Are you coming? There we go. Heal. Didn't even get a full heal out of that. Am I gonna get any more? Nope. These shock troopers do not work. These are all shock troopers, so let's kill some people. Anybody else? And we're back to our most favorite game ever, being full on inventory. Let's see. I suspect we could probably drop some things pretty easily without having to waste a lot of time on it. Let's see. That. This is actually slightly faster than when I have shield for recharge quicker. Alright, now let's get rid of this and that and that one and that one. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Probably could drop some more, but I think that's enough for the moment, at least. Still need a couple of lance cores. Speed cores in particular. I guess this whole section is not the way it was before. So there are 2 instances of the road. Like all of this was not here. So there have been times when we've driven right through this, and there have been times when we've had to run through this. So they've created this weird trick, almost like a illusion, magician's trick, where half the time I'd run through this road and think, boy, is it empty. And the other half of the time I would run through it and think it's just normal gameplay and not realize that they're the same. They really needed to make more of a notice where Athena came in and just said, the road ahead of you has been barricaded, prepare for a fight. Just something like that. Barricade ahead, prepare for a fight. That's all you really needed. This guy's hitting me over here. I don't think I'm hitting him. And then that would be kind of cool. It still kind of would be difficult to remember that they put up these barricades. And not all of this was empty. I'm just the middle parts. The parts that would have block the road. The rest of this was here before. That's a power core. We have all the power cores we need. And then we're back to this. Sadly,
Let's get out of
still
here.
didn't get all the speed cores, I don't think. Yeah, this was the only thing that even gave us any trouble. And still no hang time challenge for that. Some more guns that I could open from that loot box. Now, because of the strategy and the challenges, you should open the boxes, but it's not really worth your effort to get out of the car, open a box, and then get back in the car while not even bothering to pick up any of the items, because they probably won't be worth much. We are still going the right direction, correct? Certainly have played in a strange direction because I exited out of the game. You would have thought these places where you walk by and it quick saves you would have actually saved your location, but now it seems no, they don't actually do that. They instead just save your general levels and items that you have. So we're back to T-Bone Junction. Almost certainly gonna get all of the power cores, just not yet now. That was weird. Look at how I'm standing.
Hey, sugar, I've got another job for you. Stop on by.
Like, I got out of that car at a vertical, at a horizontal angle. Alright. So, this quest here. I don't even know why I'm supposed to turn this one in, so. Is probably a bulletin board quest. Some more experience.
You're not dead?
May get up to level 45 here.
Come on in, poke around.
Sadly, though, as I'm thinking about it and just going through this, probably going through Borderlands 1 probably for the last time ever, I can't help but feel like there's never going to be an opportunity to get the other three characters. I would love all characters at max level build that would only require the respec, and then it would also just have each set of characters have some moderately good random guns, or have to play a little bit longer to develop those moderately good random guns and collect them. But the only way I could do that is if I power leveled by playing with people online, and I don't even know if the online works, and frankly at this rate you probably would be better just to go straight to Borderlands 3 multiplayer and forget about Borderlands 1 and 2. But if there was some reason that I wanted to play an older Borderlands multiplayer and power level and do all of that, I probably would. Alright, so this is here. Probably would want to do 2. So what I'm here, I need 2 more speed cores, by the way. And am I full again? Nice. I have a 1600. So let's get rid of some more guns. Shields for 9,000. Let's see. I'm trying to toss out things that I know aren't gonna cut the muster. And I also am fairly certain aren't worth that much. That should be enough for a while. And where is this quest? It's like right here. So it's got to be up here at the top. Is there not anything important particularly? Should I be super focused on collecting and searching more things? One more speed core. Let's just wait until this guy decides to be in the right location. Good. Quest done. So no longer do we really need to be focused on cores. And more than likely they'll stop dropping them. And I'm gonna start looking at the guns that I leave on the ground. Instead of picking them up and sorting, I'm just gonna instead look at them and see if they actually have any value. As are, like, what is the health pack worth? 60? Nothing. Let's see. I guess I have to go down this direction. Let's see. Anything of value? This one's of value. I know I'm in the middle of a firefight, but it just doesn't have that impact. Like, I know my shield's going down. I know I might have a small chance of dying. All of these things are true. But the impact is just not there. It seems just too slow. Yeah. Just gonna start dropping more and more weapons that barely register. Here's a new Aridin weapon. How's that? Compare 133 versus 123. I'm actually gonna just drop an Aridin weapon. Wow. And man, have I started seeing more and more of those ever since I started dropping them. And we'll just... I think I just equipped the wrong shield. So before I do anything more, I need to come back here and double check. Yep. Held down the X button on what I thought was a what I figured was a bullet. That's definitely an issue. That's no good. Take that, that, and we'll leave that. See, these guys, these major shield guys, these were big challenges in the old days. First time I played. Now it's like nothing. It's laughable how easy it is to kill some of these lancers. And the devastators don't really offer any bigger challenge. And neither one of these guns are any useful at all. Let's go ahead and turn this in. Which... oh, you have to do it here on this wanted sign. That's crazy. Alright, well, that quest is done. So now we can move on. Back down here. Just leave all those guns. Next one I think we want to do is bugged, because this is the main story, which points me this way, right? Yep. Just gain a little bit of speed and run. Now there's not going to be any barricades in this section. I can practically guarantee that. On the tollway there may be... they could have put up some barricades and re-instigated the shields systems of those couple of checkpoints, but they don't ever do it. So now we're in Deep Fathoms, which, if, let's get here, the end of the road is this way, so we need to turn in the Mad Moxie thing first. Now, for the exchange of switching of the game, sometimes giving you blocking off some of your paths, it would be nice if I could just jump to this. But that's not going to happen. Even if I got the racer over this way at full speed and made it up to this, let's say I make it this far. Alright, I'm now this far. Well, whatever. Okay, that worked. Excuse me, game, for being wrong. Apparently it is totally doable to just use the racer to slam on to the side and then walk your way around. We'll sell things when we get in there, so come on.
More meat for me.
Let's go ahead and try and kill all these guys.
Used all my ammo.
So now I'm waiting for my gun to recharge. Where are you? Slowly my gun's recharging, slowly my shield's recharging. The two systems working together is not amazingly entertaining. If perhaps bullets lowered shield health, that might be a cool idea. That way the stronger your shield, the more bullets your air than weapon had. And so maybe in Borderlands 3 that's the type of things we'll see is something that does something new and interesting. And we're looking. Trying to find all these people shooting at me. And not a lot of drops happening here. Let me ask this question. Can I get up here? No, I can't. I can't open that, however. But it would be a waste of energy to try to jump up and collect all the guns. Yeah, $7,000 gun, not really worth it. So here we go, back into the worst place to load ever. Just looks horrible.
Nice of you to drop in on little old me.
So let's turn in our quest. And she wants me to remove graffiti about Moxie all over the place.
Good luck out there.
Cool enough. I'm at 37,000 things and dollars. If I continuously pick up garbage items, maybe I could get up to 100,000. Alright. Our shield is 824 and 105. In comparison, what I'm picking up are shields that are nowhere close to that. Although that one was slightly interesting in that it had a faster shooting. It had a faster recharge rate. My torment is 119 times 15 on the repeater, which means that gun was no good. Almost all of these are assault rifles. So our assault rifle, where is the one we were using? I think it should be this. No, it's not the bloody anarchy. It's gotta be this one of these incendiary rifles or something. 81 times 15. This one has a better zoom than the other, and that's the only difference. 152 versus 11 beats this by, I think, a good amount. So Glorious Havoc, 152 by 11. So we'll get rid of that one and that one. And I don't think we're going to use this rocket launcher. Get rid of that, that. Nope. This revolver's too low. That revolver, I think, might be good, so we'll hold on to that. This SMG's no good. That's no good. 145 times 2 versus 152 times 11. That's not as good. 165 times 3, nowhere close. Man, is that even the same gun? Some of these numbers are so drastically different. Alright. I have this Helix rocket launcher. And then I have a brutal masher, which is 62 times 7 times 1.6. Versus this, which is 203. So immediately that's out. This is 408 times 1.1. Let's see. Which I think, if I'm doing my math right, should be something around 434 for this. Let's equip them just to double check and try them out. And this is probably the first time I've even wanted to test out a gun in a long time. So fire, 2, 3, 4. Real slow on the firing. There for that one. And compare that to this. Nothing learned from that. Let's compare this to two revolvers. The brutal masher is faster and does more damage, is what it says. And the only thing is it doesn't have as much weapon zoom or as much accuracy, but I'm cool with that. So we're gonna get rid of this one when I equip that. I really don't want to use the double anarchy. Also don't really want to use the shotgun. So that one. Let's come over here and just see if there's anything. Like this weapon versus the Glorious Havoc that I have. It does more damage, but its accuracy is way worse. Nope, I think I'm good. Just...
You need something, sweetie?
I'm just gonna rob you blind. Little pumpkin heads from the previous DLC. She's bent over a little bit, so she's a little bit shorter than my character, but not by much. So I wouldn't complain about it being off to scale. Alright, where is this quest? It's over in these sections we haven't been in, so finally the game is giving us a great excuse to play the game. No, 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 no. There we go. I thought this may have been a mine. And if I had landed on a mine, then that probably would have been the end of me. But as long as I didn't land on a mine, I'm perfectly fine. So I need to go. Wow. Get into one little fender bender and they want to murder you. So I think I know where this is and what this is. I think this might be another one of these Skag Rider sections. So I'm gonna come in here and try to run. Maybe not Skag Riders, maybe just Skags. And if I have to take on the Skags, that's gonna really suck. Anything? Another opportunity to have the players, have the enemies fight each other. And I'll just sneak over here. And I'll just come in and win the day. So I haven't been in this area before. Seems. Man, once you get this proficiency level up, I wish I wasn't always hearing this thunderous sound, though. Like, I don't know what it is. Is it supposed to be a digging machine? Is it supposed to be some giant sandworm? Is it supposed to be those doors opening? There we go. This is a slightly funny quest because they're gonna have me go clean up libelous graffiti of Mad Moxie, of which is probably, or possibly all of which is written might be true, knowing her character, but, or at least somewhat knowing her character. There's some graffiti of a different type. And see, this feels right, like this could have opened up.
Shoot 'em all!
And Steve. I didn't know these little mini versions, loot midgets, were going to be throughout the whole game. I thought they were going to be more just in the prison. It does sound like it's a sound effect of when these garage door opens. Man, I would have fixed that. I would have not had it play so loud, or
There's no escaping, Merc.
No escaping. It's not like I'm trying to escape. I didn't plan on becoming immortal in the first playthrough. I figured I'd get a little overpowered. I mean, I certainly always love to be overpowered when playing video games, but if I can get there through good strategy and not just really extremely grindy cheating. But I didn't, and I don't think I've ever done it in a game before, where you're effectively immortal. You can just stand around and let them shoot you. It doesn't matter at all. It takes 5 minutes just to get enough enemies around to kill you, to even be close to being able to kill you.
Look at all this stuff.
Maybe I'll find something better. I doubt it. Where is the graffiti? There's graffiti back this way. So let's see what it says. Moxie's and then the B word. And then you get a little animation where it gets washed off. Alright, next location is way back this way. Really? You gonna do this to me, game? Because you're gonna make me run this way, and then you're gonna make me run that way, and you're gonna make me run this way. Where's the car? There's a car this direction to the right. Another example of being totally immortal, just jump for extremely high areas. We'll go ahead and switch to the monster,
Enough walking.
just in case. Now, before I get up here, let's just double check to make sure the graffiti is not at the bottom of this area. Doesn't seem like it is. Seems like it is this direction. Which, if the game was going to treat it nicely, it would give me all 4 of these locations and let me map it out. Have me actually use my own strategy. Midget haters suck. That's not the one that she finds objectionable. It's got to be something that about Moxie. Is it really down here? Moxie's got one in every chamber, and then a bunch of bullets. Which is an implication that she's sleeping around with every man in every city. Let's see. Let's see. Where's our next location? Way over here. Just keep on killing people. Now, I could
Get out of here.
set up a system that wouldn't be too difficult to have a vehicle near the top of this road where Moxie is, and then take the second type of vehicle to the other location, and then get out of that vehicle when I have to and walk the rest of the direction. And then all I would have to do, instead of walking the full lengths from point A to point B, all I have to do is find something closer that would allow me to teleport back to the seats of the car. Because you can teleport to the seats of the car from any distance whatsoever. Alright, let's see, I think this is right here. For a good time, Echo Moxie. Echo being their phone message system. I also want to come over here and do this jump puzzle. I want to do it at least once. I figured there was something here. Because you can get up here, and then you can get over here, and that lets you jump on top of this. And then at certain points you can jump onto this, and at certain points you can jump over here for a double loot chest. Which, that's more reward than you're gonna get anywhere else in the game, certainly. Except for maybe taking out the secret armory of General Knox. Or beating the main boss. I suppose there was a bunch of guns that spewed out then too. Next location of graffiti is where? Well, I guess it's way up there, and I just looked at the time, so we got a few things done. We got the core done. We still have this bugged bounty board quest, and this quest, and then the main story. Didn't really put us any further along with our quests. Now my cooldown ratio is 12%, my accuracy is 18%, my damage is plus 6% on Aridin weapons. I'm level 6, which now puts actually the shotgun proficiency and the launcher proficiency at the lowest. Maybe I'll get to level 45. Maybe I'll get to level 45. And then that will get my bullet velocity up a little bit. I'm not sure though that the 25% critical hit damage and accuracy and bullet damage and velocity and bullet damage, I'm not sure if all of that actually helps that much. It still feels like it takes a clip or two to kill some of these enemies. Anyways, as I'm still contemplating whether those are the right things to put your skill points in or not, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.